Most people think of mushrooms just as food, but they are far more extraordinary. Did you know mushrooms are neither plants nor animals? They belong to the vast fungal kingdom and play a role so crucial that without them, life on Earth as we know it won't exist. Fungi are nature's master recyclers. They break down fallen trees and dead plants, returning vital nutrients to the soil. My educational background has been environmental microbiology. I have been fascinated with the world of fungi and mushrooms since I was a child. I remember when I was studying biology in my 12th class, I used to spend a lot of time under the microscope understanding different microorganisms and how they behave. Something really unique and fascinating about them is recently only scientists have found out that actually mushrooms are the world's largest organisms. Because they help connect the forests, and it's very interesting that how through mushrooms forests behave like one single organism. So that is something really fascinating about fungi. So there is a tongue twister that all mushrooms are fungi, but all fungi are actually not mushrooms. So this is very interesting because mushrooms are just one type of fungi. They are macrofungi. So there are two groups. Microfungi, this is the fungi that we cannot see with our naked eye, but then macrofungi is the one that we can see through our naked eye. So this is what a mushroom is like. So all the trees, although when we see trees, we see them as solitary individuals. We often feel that two trees, they cannot communicate to each other, they are growing solitary. But under the ground, they are very deeply connected with each other. They are swapping the nutrients all the time, and also they help the neighboring trees thrive. So for example, if a tree is under stress, the neighboring tree will send the signals to those trees to help increase the nutrient absorption. So basically under the ground, all the trees are connected. They are not just swapping information, but they are actually connected to each other. So you can relate mycelium to the roots of the plants, just like roots help absorb nutrients from the plants, collect the food from the soil. Mycelium performs the same role for the mushroom. So basically it's always present under the ground, and it's a thread-like structure that runs under the ground. And so we can compare it to the roots of the plants, which help absorb the plants and the nutrients. And they're rightly called as wood wide web because just like internet connects us all above the ground, similarly there's a world beneath our feet, and everything that's under the ground is connected through this wood wide web. So interestingly, our planet Earth has roughly 5,000 different types of mushrooms. And interestingly, only 20 to 25% have been identified so far by the scientists, right? As we all know, Himalayan region is one of the biodiversity hotspots on our planet. So there's a variety which is called Ganoderma. It has been given a nickname as the mushroom of immortality. It has very high medicinal value, and it has been being used in various studies, particularly on cancer research, and its property to enhance our immune systems. So Ganoderma is one of the most fascinating varieties, but there are a lot of different types of these Ganoderma mushrooms that are present all across India. Also, there is one particular variety of mushroom which is called as oyster mushroom. It comes in various colors like yellow, white, even pink colored oyster mushrooms, and they are super easy to grow, and they can be grown all year round without any special growing conditions. In fact, in one of the workshops that we do is encouraging everyone to grow oyster mushrooms at home. This is something anyone can do, even people living in urban spaces, even if they don't want to do it for commercial purposes, they can actually grow their own mushrooms at home. So there's a very interesting mushroom that is found in the Himalayan region. So it has been given a nickname of zombie mushroom. So it's called Keeda Jadi by locals. Cordyceps is its another name. So this mushroom actually grows on a caterpillar, although it is an endangered variety and very interesting variety. So basically what happens is the spores of these mushrooms, they infect the caterpillar, and so caterpillar is literally infected by them. It paralyzes the nervous system of the caterpillar, and then after the mushroom has, or the fungi has invaded the caterpillar, it forces the caterpillar to crawl up the hill. And when the these caterpillars, they reach at a certain elevation, the mushroom literally pops out of the head of the caterpillar. And so this mushroom is, although it's parasitic on caterpillars, it has a very interesting medicinal property. It has a compound which is called as cordycepin, which is again very good for immune system and is also used for enhancing overall energy in the body. Lot of the tribal people, they have been using these mushrooms for a very long time, not only for food but also for medicines and other utilities also. What I feel like is it's very important to bridge the gap between the community and the scientific world, because regarding mushroom edibility or their other usages, the only way we know about their edibility or other usage is through tribal information. So the tribals, they have been using these mushrooms, and through them only we will be able to understand better like what are their different usages for our personal usage. But in general, like fungi, they play very important role in determining the health of any given ecosystem. They are a reflection of how well the soil is doing, how nutrient dense the soil is, how well the decomposition is happening, and how healthy is the microflora in the soil. As we know, the temperature of our planet is increasing day by day due to climate change, but I really don't think so that it will take over our minds and it will somehow make us zombies walking around. So I highly doubt that that's a possibility. Even though there are few mushrooms that are poisonous, but then the percentage of mushrooms that have been identified till now, amongst those there is really a small number which have been identified as highly poisonous mushrooms. So we do a lot of workshops around mushrooms, which are not just around understanding their ecological role, but also helping identify mushrooms. So we do a lot of guided mushroom walks as EcoVigyan Foundation, where we not only talk about different types of mushrooms, but also how they contribute to the health of the soil and the health of forest overall. As EcoVigyan Foundation, we are trying to build a fungal biodiversity map for different parts of our country. This will give us a better idea of although we need to stop deforestation, we need to stop cutting the trees, but then how does this impact smaller ecosystems that are around us? So this will help us conserve not only the mushroom varieties that are endangered, but also the different ecosystems that are associated with the mushroom. So through mapping the fungal diversity around us in Himachal, in Uttarakhand and in different parts of India, we are trying to save the forests that are around us. We are trying to prevent deforestation, and we are trying to identify the right places where the tree plantation drive is needed the most.